You ever witness something so painfully annoying that you think to yourself, why is this a thing? Is this even real? But more importantly, why isn't this illegal? Like, how is it possible that we live in a world where jaywalking can get you a ticket, but at the same time, annoying dudes can blast shitty TikTok on full fucking volume in public and they aren't taken to jail for that? You ever think about that? Well, good. Because this episode's for you then. Welcome to Core Life Chit Chat. I'm your host Nav, and today I'm going to be talking about things that should be illegal, but somehow aren't. Like, we have laws for everything, right? We have laws for jaywalking, noise complaints, stealing, even like babies punching babies, okay? There's laws for that. But why is it that we don't have laws for this really dumb and annoying things? Like, you know, those dipshit people that go to like Walmart parking lot and they're really massive trucks and they always park in 2 parking spots. You know what I'm talking about? Everybody has been in my position or seen this, where a really shitty old Dodge Ram that's souped up on wheels that are way too big, parked right in the middle of 2 parking spots. And I'm fucking tired of it, man. I am tired of dealing with so many annoying things that should be illegal but aren't. So I asked around and I did some deep thinking, which is new for me because, let's be real, you know, this is episode 32, and if there's one thing you can be sure of, it's that A, I can't get into med school, and B, I cannot get a girlfriend. And upon thinking, I've come up with some list of things that should straight up come with some serious jail time. And listen, if you're guilty of these things that I'm going to talk about in this episode, just know, I don't want you to take it personally, okay? Don't take it personally. Just know that if I was in charge, you're going straight to jail. Straight to jail. No discussion, no parole, no court hearing, straight to jail. So without further ado, let's get this episode going. Okay, the first thing that I think people should be gone to jail for, if you couldn't tell by the intro, is people that blast TikToks on full volume in fucking public spaces. Story time. 2 days ago, I was in Walmart. My mom told me, hey Nav, can you go pick up like some chicken? And I said, of course, I got you. I go to Walmart. I am in the meat section, and beside me are 3 probably late high school, early university kids, and they're literally watching TikTok reels while standing besides the fucking rib section. And here's my complaint. Why the fuck are you in a meat section watching TikToks? Okay, first of all, the TikToks you're watching are like those cringe, like, you know, cologne TikToks. Hey guys, today I'm going to be unboxing this Jean Paul Gaultier cologne. Fuck you, okay? First of all, also, off topic, what the hell has happened to TikTok? Why is all of a sudden, you know, we went from the phase of TikTok where everybody was doing shitty dances to everybody was somehow depressed on TikTok, to book talk, where only thing people ever talked about is books, to now scent TikTok, where only fucking things that exist on TikTok are videos about colognes or perfumes. Okay, is my TikTok For You page trying to tell me I smell bad? Am I supposed to be getting a hint from an app? I don't know. But just know that I'm taking it personally. But back to the thing. But back to my story. They're watching cologne TikTok videos, standing beside fucking ribs. And literally one guy goes, yeah, bro, like, you gotta get, I still remember this. He's like, you gotta get Dior Sauvage, man. Like, it's fucking sick. Like, look at this guy. Like, he uploaded a video. And I'm trying to just buy some chicken, man. Okay, I'm just trying to buy some chicken so I can eat some chicken and feed my mom. And all I want to say to that is, if you're a man of culture, you know Dior Sauvage is the go-to scent of a Persian nightclub owner. Now, if you think that's a compliment, please rethink that again. It's fucking not. Secondly, why are you in the meat section talking about colognes? And the funniest thing is, these motherfuckers didn't even buy any meat. They didn't even buy any meat. So, if you're one of those people, you know, that watches TikToks and you can't, you know, get your eyes off your phone and you watch TikToks in public, straight to jail. If you watch in the meat section, straight to jail. You get life. Okay? Now, on to my second point. I just want to say, I don't understand how the government hasn't made it illegal yet. And that is people that walk really slow, you gotta go to jail. It's just that simple. Tell me you haven't been in public space such as Walmart, any grocery store, malls, even fucking like high school, university. There's always people that walk really slow. But, that's okay. I understand, I remember being in university and people walking slow in the hallways all the time. I get it. You're at the tender age of 19, 20, and your knees have crippling arthritis, which is why you can't walk. I get it. Happens to every 19-year-old where their joints give out on them. My thing is, why is it that people that walk really slow always walk in the dead center of the walking area, right? Like, why not just go to the side of the hallway rather than walking dead center? Allow people to pass you, man. What is this? This is some fucking Karen energy, okay? I just want to say, people that walk really slow, basically hidden Karens. You heard it here first. People that walk slow are hidden Karens and straight to jail. Argument can be done for life, a full life sentence, but I think straight jail time. And I am so passionate about this that there was a time in my life where I almost won presidency because of this. Yeah, you heard it right. Let me tell you a story, okay? So let's take a travel back in time to my high school era. Grade 11 is coming to an end. Grade 12 is about to begin in a few months. And right now, voting for the school president and valedictorian, vice president, that's going on. And I am not a candidate, nor am I running for school presidency. I don't care. But my friend at the time comes to me and he's like, hey man, we don't like any of the people that are running from our class, which is highly disrespectful. And they go, you should run, man. And I'm like, nah, I'm not running for prez. And my friend at the time, he's like, yo man, I think you should do it. We'll get you support. We'll promote it for you. We'll get your name out there. We'll make posters and everything. And I said, well, I'm not even in leadership. So in order for you to run for prez for high school, you have to be enrolled in a leadership grade 12 course. If you're not in it, you cannot run for it. And you have to do that leadership course in grade 11. And as I said, grade 11 is coming to an end. I've never done that course. So I go to my vice principal and I'm like, hi, I would like to run for the president of the school. And she looks at me and she's like, well, why do you want to do that? And I said, well, first of all, I have support. I know the ins and outs of school. I understand the responsibility of presidency. And not only am I a good candidate, I also have a great candidate who can run for vice president. And she goes, well, we only elect students to run for presidency who are, and I quote, very smart and most likely going to be great and are great at studies. And I tell my vice principal, well, you can look at my academic record. I'm a straight 97% average kid. The lowest I ever got in high school was a 96. And she looks at me and she goes, yeah, that doesn't mean anything though. And in that moment, I realized that this woman hates me, okay? Might I add, possible Karen, possible closeted Karen, okay? How is it that you just said the students that can run for prez have to be amazingly academically advanced students? And I am one of them. But I can't run for prez. So me and my friends at the time were like, okay, you know what? We're just going to run for it anyways. And there's literally, and it still exists, and you can look this up. There's an Instagram page that says nav number 4 for prez. Okay? Literally, we can search on Instagram, nav for prez. We made so many, photoshopped pictures of nav for prez, and the page became like a go-to meme page for literally the whole grade 12. Me and my friends, we printed a bunch of photos of me, and that's underneath it said nav for prez, and we fucking posted them everywhere in the school. Like, it was borderline abuse to what we did through school. And literally the vice principal and principal took it down the next day because they were like, no, we're not letting this kid run. And the main reason, I just want to say, that I was able to get traction to winning presidency was my main go-to point that I kept promoting to my friends on the socials and even on the poster that we posted throughout high school was people must and will walk faster in the hallways. I'm not making this shit up. That was my go-to point, and that was my go-to goal for my presidency is people will walk faster in the hallways. And that was the one point that none of the other candidates brought up in their speeches and in their notions that they want to publish. And after, vice principal saying, you cannot run, period, the winning president and the vice president of school, They then chose to promote the notion to walk faster in hallways, and that led them to victory. So I just want to say, not only do I have the politician blood in me, but I am the day one supporter of people walking faster in hallways, in public areas, and whatever. And as I said, if you're one of them, straight to jail. You gotta go straight to jail. Okay? Now, I know what you might be thinking. Okay? Nav, my grandma, she's 80 and she's not able to walk. How am I supposed to make her walk faster when she has difficulty walking? Well, bucko, I got an idea for you. This is what you do. Like a good granddaughter or grandson, you buy your grandma those cool electric scooters that every old person should have that like you can like zoom around in the mall in. P.S. I can't wait to get old just so I can ride those scooters. They sound like a fucking blast. But get your grandma or grandpa those scooters. They will love you forever. Make them drive it really fast in the hallways and whatnots. And there's your solution. Got it? Great. Now, this last point that I'm about to make. Boy, do I have a story for it. So here's the story. Okay. This is roughly in 2021. I'm linking up with a family member of mine, and she goes, "Hey, Nav, it's been a while since we've linked up. Let's go somewhere nice and let's get some we can get like a late lunch, early dinner, snacks, drinks, whatever." So me and her, we decide to go to the Glow restaurant in Victoria, which is, fairly nice. And you see, at that time, I lost a fair bit of weight, so I wasn't a super fat fuck. But when I go out and I'm at a restaurant, I have this weird twitch that I shouldn't order only one thing, because multiple items can look pretty appealing. So what I do is I always order anything that looks good to me. I eat what I eat. Anything I don't eat, I take it as leftovers, right? So me and this family member of mine, we're sitting at a table, and I order myself like wings of 2 different flavors, and I order calamari, and I order myself like a shake, okay? And this person, she orders literally just buffalo wings. Now, buffalo wings was one of my orders as well. The food comes, the waitress sits it down in front of us. She said, "Are we sharing?" I'm like, "Sure, I'm open to it." Now, here's the common notion, okay? Me and this family member of mine, the only item that we shared, that we both order, is buffalo chicken wings. That's it. She has her plate, I have mine. This family member, eats some of my calamari, totally cool. I'm open to sharing. Eats some of my honey garlic wings, totally cool. I'm open to sharing. But she proceeds to eat more than half of my buffalo hot wings and doesn't eat any of hers. Now I'm sitting there and I'm like, what's going on? What is happening here? I'm not joking. I think maybe it was like a pound of wings. I probably have 2 buffalo wings, and she ate all the rest of them. So, assuming that since she's eaten some of my food, I think it might just be okay if I ask her for a wing, So I ask her, "Can I have a, wing?" And she responds with, "Oh, I'm actually really full, and I kind of haven't made lunch for tomorrow, so I want to take it home." And I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, "So you ate 90% of my wings, and you can't give me 1 wing? Is this a joke?" But I'm letting it slide, even though she's a family member, we're not very close at all. The waitress comes and she goes, "Hi, anything else?" I'm like, "No, the bills are fine." And the waitress goes, "Are we paying together or splitting?" And this person looks at me and she goes, "Oh, Nav, you're gonna pay, right? You got this." And I just look at her and I'm like, "Sure, why not?" So I pay the full bill. And I, pack up the remainder of my calamari and the 4 or 5 wings I had left from my honey garlic wings. And she packs her whole untouched order of buffalo hot wings. And I get into my car, I drop her off, and I just sit there. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? How did somebody order the same thing as me, eat my food, save all theirs, and made me pay? Which brings me to the last notion that I have that I think should be made illegal. Which is poor people. No, joking. Jokes. No, I don't think poor people should be illegal. But I think people that don't like to share should be made illegal. Actually, you deserve jail. Okay? Straight to jail. If you're one of those people who expects A, the other party to pay, and B, doesn't like to share your food, but are comfortable with eating their food, straight to jail. Straight to jail. You know what? That's not harsh enough. Okay? You deserve life in jail with no option of parole, and you also don't get a lawyer to speak on your behalf to lighten the sentence. Okay? It's a hate crime. I cannot express how many times and how much of a pet peeve it is of mine where people don't like to pay because they're out with you, or they just assume the other party's going to pay for whatever reason. I hate it. It's an utter piss off. So these are 3 things that I think should be made illegal, or, obviously the types of people that I think should go straight to jail. I know most of you that are listening to this episode, you might have your own version of things or people that should be made illegal or sent straight to jail, right? So do me a favor, DM those things to me. But these 3 things, people that walk really slow, people that assume others are going to pay and don't like to share, or people that take up 2 parking spots. These are my top 3 things that I think should be made illegal right away. Tell me what's yours. Personally, if I could genuinely make one thing illegal, I really think it would have to be people that walk really slow. I can't, man. I have no patience within me. It's actually terrible how little patience I have. And I straight up don't have patience for all the closeted Karens that walk slow. I just can't do it. And that brings me to the end of this episode. I know, this is a brand new episode, roughly, another, 2 weeks since the last one. But I got some interesting things that I'm cooking up in my personal life outside of this podcast. I am working on a few projects, which I most likely will discuss on this podcast. And I will be announcing something on the podcast Instagram page sometime soon. A very personal project I've been working on, so be on the lookout for that. Do me a favor, if you enjoyed this episode, give it a rating, share it with a friend who you think will enjoy this episode, and follow the Instagram. Thank you so much for listening. I'll see y'all next time. And in the meantime, make sure you're not a jackass who parks in 2 parking spots, and remember to walk fast in public spaces and hallways. I'll see you all next time. Hasta la vista. Bye-bye.